Repair Clinic encourages you to perform this procedure safely. In this video, we will show one or more of these icons to alert you when to use caution. Most dishwasher repairs will require some disassembly of the appliance. Before you attempt this, you should turn off the power supply to your dishwasher. To access components under the pump cover, slide out the upper dish rack. Note where the dish rack is positioned on the rails, then lift up the rack to remove it. Now slide out the lower dish rack. Next, detach the water supply tube assembly from the mounting brackets on the top and rear of the tub. Now rotate the water supply tube to release it from the pump assembly. Pull the wash arm up to detach. Use a Phillips head screwdriver to unthread all of the screws, securing the pump cover. Lift off the cover. Secure the impeller and unthread the mounting screw clockwise. You can now lift off the impeller. Remove the pump base, and you can lift off the cutting blade. When reinstalling the cutting blade, make sure the use side is facing up. Realign the pump base. Insert the impeller and rethread the mounting screw counterclockwise. Reposition the pump cover and replace all of the screws. Replace the lower wash arm. Reinsert the bottom of the water supply tube into the pump assembly, then rotate to secure. Snap the tube into the mounting brackets on the rear and top of the tub. Replace the lower dish rack. Correctly reposition the upper rack on the rails and slide it into place. To access components like the control panel and detergent dispenser, use a T20 Torx bit screwdriver to remove the screws, securing the inner door panel to the outer panel. Avoid fully removing the door latch mounting screws. Carefully separate the two door panels. Lift off the control panel. Note the orientation of the wire connectors, then disconnect them to fully remove the panel. Now lift off the outer door panel to reach the detergent dispenser and vent actuator. When the repair is completed, replace the outer door panel by hooking the tabs on the hinges. Reinstall the control panel by first reconnecting the wire connectors to the appropriate terminals. Secure the wires in the retainers and align the control panel on the outer door panel. Join the inner and outer door panels together. Tighten the door latch mounting screws. Replace the remainder of the screws to secure the two panels. To reach the dishwasher's main control board, use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove the screws, securing the lower access panel, and remove the panel. Next, remove the screws securing the main control board cover. Remove the cover. Before you uninstall the control board, note the orientation of the wires. Then disconnect all of the wires. Use a flathead screwdriver to help pry out the control board housing. Replace or reinstall the control board by aligning the housing tabs with the slots in the base as you push the assembly into position. Connect the wires to the appropriate terminals on the board. Realign the cover and replace the screws to secure. To access components like the door springs, drain hose, and thermistor, you will need to uninstall the dishwasher. Before you do this, be sure to shut off the water supply as well as the power. Use a 5/8" wrench to help unthread the water supply line from the inlet valve. Be prepared for some water to spill. Next, unthread the screws securing the junction box cover. Then pull the cover off. Note the location of the wires, then untwist the wire nuts to disconnect the wires. Unthread the strain relief nut and detach the strain relief from the junction box. Next, disconnect the drain hose from the sink drain or garbage disposer and feed it through the cabinet. Open the dishwasher door and remove the mounting bracket screws. To move the dishwasher, you may need to adjust the legs to lower the appliance. You can lower the rear leveling leg by using a 9/64" hex head screwdriver to rotate the adjustment rod at the front clockwise. Now, very carefully pull the dishwasher away from the cabinet. To reach the thermistor, use a Phillips head screwdriver to unthread the screws, securing the right side access panel. Remove the panel. Use a 13mm wrench to loosen the mounting nut securing the noise filter and move the filter out of the way. To remove the thermistor, use the Phillips head screwdriver to unthread the mounting screws, securing the component. Use pliers to help pull the thermistor free of the pump housing. Disconnect the wire connector to fully remove. Install a new thermistor by first connecting the wire connector. Push the thermistor into place in the pump housing and thread the screws to secure. Realign the noise filter on the base and tighten the mounting nut to secure. Replace the side access panel and secure it with the screws. The larger screw goes in the back. To access components like the wash motor, drain pump, and turbidity sensor, tip the dishwasher back so it rests on its rear panel. Use the Phillips head screwdriver to unthread the screws, securing the bottom access panel. Pull the panel forward, disconnect the leak sensor wire connector, and set the panel aside. To remove the drain pump, use a small flathead screwdriver to lift up the locking tab, then rotate the pump counterclockwise to detach. Depress the locking tabs to disconnect the wires from the pump. Reinstall or replace the drain pump by first connecting the wires to the terminals. Now align the pump on the housing and rotate clockwise to lock it into place. Continue the reassembly by reconnecting the leak sensor wire connector. Then reposition the bottom access panel on the base and snap the retaining tabs into place. Rethread the screws to secure. Return the dishwasher to its upright position. Before you reinstall the dishwasher, make sure the drain hose is accessible through the cabinet wall and that the water and power supply lines are positioned in their respective channels in the dishwasher base. Now gently slide the dishwasher back into the cabinet. Adjust the leveling legs if necessary. Replace the screws to secure the mounting brackets to the cabinet or countertop. Feed the drain hose through the cabinet and connect it to the sink drain or disposer. Make sure the hose is elevated above the connection point. Fully position the wire strain relief in the junction box and secure the strain relief nut. Join the wires together and secure them using the wire nuts. Align the cover and replace the screw to secure. Reconnect the water supply line to the inlet valve. Replace the lower access panel and secure it with the screws. With the installation complete, turn the water supply back on as well as the power, and your dishwasher should be ready for use.